We woke up at camp in the Roosevelt National Forest. Quiet, peaceful, until it wasn't. Not long after we pulled out, I found myself jammed up pretty good, wedged between 3 trees. I didn't have enough gas in the chainsaw, and what little was left, John accidentally spilled. I was only able to make one partial cut, just enough to see how stuck I really was. No saw, no shortcut, so we did what we've done before. We got creative. Started winching the trees out of the way, slow and methodical. Problem solving on the trail because we had no other choice. Looking back, this whole situation came down to me being in a rush. I didn't have a spotter, I wasn't slowing down, and I let my old habits creep in. Those patterns I'm still unlearning. Good morning. It is Thursday, August 22nd, and it's 7:45. I'm downloading the last bit of data for Gaia. Today we're going into Rocky Mountain National Park. It was such a pain getting reservations. 7 p.m. last night, they released a bunch of reservations, and I got mine for 10 a.m., the 10 to noon spot, because they're doing timed entry. In the short time trying to get one for John, they ran out. So he's going in at noon. I'm going to go in closer to noon. Yeah, we're pretty much packed up, and Starlink's up and running, waiting on Gaia to finish downloading. All right, it's 8 a.m. I need to find my glasses. It's 8 a.m. and I'm still downloading. I'm downloading a huge section. This is not a Gaia issue. I'm using Starlink. I've got a good connection. It's just I'm downloading a huge chunk of Colorado, so I have it offline and I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the trip. Currently sitting at 70%, and once this is done, we are heading. We're gonna have to cut a tree back that fell across the roadway. When I came through yesterday, I barely had room. And when you exit the gate that the open section makes, I was at a horrible angle with my passenger side up. I actually got very scared. I got through it, so we're not gonna do that going out. We're actually gonna cut the log even more so we can go through it and just get out of here. We're gonna have an adventurous morning and then a great afternoon in Rocky Mountain National Park, so I really feel blessed. This was a good camp. Yeah, we didn't see any animals, sadly enough, but we did have a very pretty morning. It rained a little bit, but just a sprinkle, and then we got packed up and we're just ready to go, just waiting on the download. I should have started this a lot sooner. Yeah, we're in a pretty good predicament. We got through here, but I think it was because of the angle we were on. Now coming out, we're gonna have to start cutting logs because, yeah. All right though, you know what? So that's why we have this. Now I just pray I don't look like it trying to start this, because I did. Sounds like she wants to go. All right. All right, so this is what we're facing. That I barely got wedged around, but this one I couldn't get my tires over. And I have one underneath. I can go straight back once we move this, and yeah, like an idiot, I ran out of gas for the chainsaw, so we were almost through it, and we're gonna have to figure out how the hell to get past that other log. If we can go as low on the base as we can, you know, I'm worried about the big one up there, but I think we can probably winch that thing out of the way and move it. Yeah. I mean, these things are deceptive
Heavy.
Oh yeah.
There's trees.
Well, John, cutting through that thing is solid wood.
Yeah.
All right, so our plan, we're gonna winch this back that way, and it should pull it enough off the trail. I'm almost wondering, John, if we should go right down here, because that right there is gonna pull it straight back from the truck. So if we come here.
Well, I'm trying to go straight line to my truck. Maybe I can go down a little bit more.
Yeah, just so it doesn't, we don't have a weird, because I think because it's still pretty long. I think we'll be good there. We'll just go slow.
All right, and shackle. What did I do with the shackle? Here, it's black.
Right here? No. You sure it was here?
Yeah, I had it in my hand.
Well.
Unless you got it.
Dude, it was right in front of my face too. You know, I'll be surprised if we make my reservation, but here's the thing. Shit happens, it's fun.
Come on, get your whole ass in there. All right, before I do anything, I'm gonna have to pee.
Yep. All right.
Are you ready?
Yep, go.
Might help if I lock my clutch. I'm going.
Keep going. It's working. Hold.
More in the way, the more I pull it, or what?
Yeah, the more you pull, I was trying to get you to hold, but we're good. Just hold there because we're gonna have to figure something out. We can't keep pulling like this. It's behind my. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's reconvene. All right, I just did something kind of ingenious. Oh, I got it. I saw that he had pulled it by, and I used my tow hitch to back up and push this thing out of the way. And it friggin' worked, but we've got some other encounters, a lot of other stuff. I doubt we're making it to Rocky Mountain today. We'll see.
Yeah, going. Alright, hold it, steady. Alright.
Hang on. Hold on, I'm gonna push this more. Can you get by? So we got clear. What we figured out was coming down, we could swing to where my passenger side was to go across those on an angle and get around it. Coming this way, there's no way to swing because of all these branches. So we're just gonna go a lot slower, be a lot more creative getting out because we have no gas for the chainsaw anymore. And once we get this up, we're gonna spool the winch and get going. Okay, that was the epic shit show of not being prepared because I did not have enough gas. I learned a lot of lessons. I should have slowed down, had him spot, and I think we could have got over it, but I just got in a bad spot. And then what you missed was when I filled the chainsaw, John accidentally spilled it, and so we lost almost all the gas that we had remaining. Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna get out of here.
Just going up a little ways. If I need you to spot, I'll yell at you.
Okay. Is this the one?
Hold on, man. I've got to be engaged right now. No, that's the low hanging. Hold on. Let me see. There's one we can just pass under. We're good. You're good from this angle. I mean, you might get a little scritchy scratch, but yeah, you're good. I do think this is the one. Never mind.
I do too, I think. Okay. I thought, thank you God, because I was concerned about that.
I don't know how your chunky ass did that. Like, I barely got through with my mirrors intact.
Dude, that was a God thing.
Yeah, definitely. He gave us a lesson early on this morning, you know? And it's like, okay, this is going to be hard. You thought it was not, and this is going to be easy. It's just the irony that you didn't have that much fuel. Like, I think we would have been okay if I wouldn't have dumped all of it. But then I proceeded to dump almost all of it.
Oh, it's all good, man. I think that there was just lessons to be learned. I forgot I was that low on fuel, and you know, I should have secured the cap, and it's all good. We got out of there.
Hey, don't get me wrong, it's mildly stressful, but I would much rather have this kind of drama than any other kind of drama.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Some of these branches that are trying to do pin stops are just nails. I don't mind the little guys, but the big ones that stick out, like, hey, I'm going to flip your whole side panel. Those are kind of rude.
Oh, this is that one that I squeeze under.
A little bit, but you got there.
As we descended the mountain, the forest around us told a story. Burnt trunks, scorched soil, and yet new growth everywhere. A reminder that healing is slow but possible. We reached a spot that just yesterday made my stomach drop with how off camber it was. Today, with a different approach and a calmer mind, it wasn't even a challenge. Funny how that works. The obstacle didn't change, I did. That's how PTSD works too. I've learned to recognize when I'm in my amygdala, that primitive part of the brain that screams to panic when things go off plan. And for a long time I did panic. I'd react instead of respond, and then I'd feel shame for how I acted. But I'm learning to make space between my input and output. That space is where healing starts. I've spent years feeling like I was the only one this screwed up, afraid to speak up about my condition, afraid of how it would be received. But now I know I'm not alone, and neither are you. Sometimes it just takes stepping off the X and shifting your perspective, slowing down when everything in you is telling you to rush. I used to think if I couldn't guarantee success, I shouldn't even try. But that mindset, that fear, kept me stuck. Now I'm learning that it's okay to fail. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up, adjusting, and trying again. To every veteran, every first responder watching this, you're not alone in this. Your struggles don't make you weak, and your past doesn't disqualify you from peace. Keep going, keep healing. We're out here together. Sorry, I thought my radio was on. It went off when I shut off the truck. GPS from right where I'm at has us going this way.
Watch out.
In about 13 miles, turn left onto US 34.
All right, we made it to good county roads, and yeah, we're doing a lot better now. So we got out of the rough part that was in the burned area that was like real sketchy, and right now it shows us arriving at Rocky Mountain National Park at 10. So we actually are doing really, really good on time, and we're gonna have plenty of time to get resupplied. Big buck. That was cool. There's a buck to our left going up that hill, John. And a button buck right there. Hang on just a second. So I got a question. My buddy has timed entry for noon, and I'm 10 to noon, and we're wanting to do it together. What's the best way to do that?
You can't come in until
No, I realize that. Is there somewhere I'm able to wait until he enters?
you could
Just find a pull off?
yeah, but
Okay.
do it within the next 2 miles until you don't want to lose stuff on the finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're good.
Awesome.
Need a map and newspaper?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Can you hear me? I'm in, just rolled in. Hang on, let me call you right back. Just head to the gate. They're not going to let you in before noon. So I'll just pull over somewhere. I think I found a spot right inside. It's a 30-mile-an-hour zone. That's ridiculous. So before I came into Rocky Mountain National Park, west entrance, I think it's called Grand Lake. We stopped at Size Deli. Wow. I got a latte and I got a sandwich. And this is like a ham, bacon, tomato. This is an amazing sandwich.
Really, really good.
You remember?
Of course you can.
Okay. So, I think it's really cool. So, where are you from?
We are from Guernsey. Guernsey, Channel Islands. The King of England is also the King of Guernsey.
Okay.
And an island called Jersey, which New Jersey is named after, of course. And there are places called Guernsey, I noticed, in the United States. And I've been to one of them.
Hi.
Yeah, we flew in from London, no, the day before yesterday,
Okay.
because we had a night in a hotel.
Where did you fly into the U.S. at?
Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then you rented the RV.
Yeah, in Denver.
And where did you guys stay last night?
Arapahoe RV park
Okay.
on the lake.
Yes. Was it beautiful?
Oh, it is beautiful.
Okay.
But it did go cold.
So I'm going to
Thank
give you
you.
two things.
Thank you.
So
Oh,
I was a police officer.
Independence, Missouri.
That's where I was a police officer.
Now, is that where Truman is from?
Yes.
Yes.
His house is right there in town. And library. So no, I'm traveling. We have a YouTube, so you can look me up on YouTube. I just started it, but all this stuff will be like this winter. I'll put this out. I hope you guys have great travels.
Well, we are hoping.
Where are y'all going to next?
We are hoping to get up to Cheyenne,
Yes.
Wyoming, then up to Black Hills,
Yes.
because I want to see Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore. I want to go to Deadwood. I want to go to Little Bighorn.
Mhm.
I've been there before, but I want to go again. And then we're going to go into Yellowstone.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
I was at Yellowstone a couple weeks ago, and it was beautiful. So
We are hoping to get down to Bryce and
Bryce
Zion.
Canyon, Mount Zion.
we are hoping.
okay.
Okay.
It's a long way, isn't it?
It's a long ways. It's a haul. It's probably about another 15 hours or so from here.
Well, we park in
Yeah.
campsites.
Yeah.
I am super. This is super awesome too.
This is my daughter, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha. I'm John, and he's John.
Hi, John.
Yes. We're
A body armor.
No.
no, it's camera.
Oh,
See? Hold on, I'll show you. I asked him if I could record.
say nothing.
And I just had
So you could.
gentleman
You
was a
could-
police officer.
I was. I got retired 2 years ago.
All right.
No.
Yeah, so you could see the camera. So it's a cool feature. Yeah. So we're traveling and we're getting ready to
Roll.
go through here.
Uh-huh.
We just entered, so.
Do you sleep in the trucks?
So I've got we both have tents. So that
right.
black up there,
Yeah.
it lifts up,
Yeah.
and then I take these boxes off,
Yeah.
and that's my front porch.
Well,
And then mine flips up, and I've got a tent, so I sleep. Yeah.
are they the same vehicles?
No.
Toyota?
Toyota and a Ford.
Ford Ranger. Bob,
We happen to have had these trucks before we became friends, and then we became friends, and
yeah.
here we are.
And we're doing these huge trips together and
And why not?
making memories. Okay, so out of all your time, I gotta ask this. Out of all your time on Earth, tell me about your happiest memory that comes to mind immediately.
Getting married. I lost my wife in 2020 through cancer. Luckily, my daughter and granddaughter have been there for me, because the last 4 years haven't been a hell of a lot of fun. But you know, Wendy, that my wife, would want me to carry on, I'm sure. Because Wendy loved the States. We used to come twice a year,
Really?
you know, when we were able. And we just loved the States.
That's incredible. I'm glad to hear that you're
No,
thinking of her and yes, because she wouldn't want you to sit at home and brought away, so you're out here doing this, and that's incredible.
that's right.
And you know that you're doing the same thing. You're out here making memories with your daughters.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
And you,
I'm John.
John.
And wait a minute, Ron?
Ken, I am.
Ken. I'm
Ken.
sorry.
Anyway, safe journey,
yes,
gentlemen.
You too.
When will you be back home, do you think?
In about a week. And so I'll have done 46 days. And so, yeah, it's going to be a journey.
Happy trails, cowboys.
Yes,
Thank you.
All the best.
Be good.
What an amazing person, man. So when they pulled up, I heard their accent and I'm like, that's English accent. And when she got out, she was all smiles, said hi, goes to the bathroom, comes back, and I'm like, where are you from? And so she talked, and then I heard him. He's like, who you talking to? And she went in and asked if he wanted to talk, and then came out. So I didn't know it at the time, but meeting Ken that day would leave a lasting impression on me. He talked about losing his wife to cancer back in 2020, and now, as I sit here editing this nearly a year later, I realize just how much more it means. My mom passed away from cancer on June 19th, 2025. What Ken shared, that his wife would have wanted him to keep traveling, to keep living, landed differently this time around. That's why I'm out here, to live, to heal, and to remember. There's a time to mourn, but when that mourning turns into isolation and depression, that's when we have to step outside. Someone told me last summer, Yvon Chouinard, the owner of Patagonia, said, the cure for depression is action, and I believe that. Action doesn't always mean movement. It can be reaching out, getting into therapy, or just stepping into nature. For me, this journey is about doing exactly that, choosing action over stillness, and choosing presence over pain. And sometimes it's strangers like Ken, honest, open, and raw, who hold up a mirror and show you just exactly how far you've come and how much further you want to go. Absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of vehicles around. That's the road. If there's nobody coming, I'm gonna hang way back and try to get a shot of the road. Just like this.
Gotcha.
This is just utterly amazing. In 2020, my wife and I came here, but we couldn't come across the pass because we were too early in the season. There was too much snow still. So seeing the pass, it's quite beautiful.
Surprised we haven't seen much wildlife in these meadows.
I am too. you have any luck? Did you?
Well, we got about 15,
Really?
but my brother-in-law just hammered it.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you spinning?
Well, I did like just a dry with a dropper.
Nice.
The dropper was what got most of it.
Really?
He got better on the dry, I got better on the dropper.
Wow.
Yeah, like the zebra.
Yeah. Wow, thank you. Have a good day. He said he was hammering fish there.
He was hammering fish, you said?
Yeah, like he was catching a lot of fish. That was a cool spot too. Oh, the park lady also told me that it's about to be rut season, so they've been seeing a lot of animals. Even going down into, whatever the hell that name of that town, Estes. Actually going out down into the town. Old Fall River Road, one way, absolutely. There we go. And the van is following. That's awesome. He didn't have the courage at first.
This is remarkable. Well, like, I don't know, I love shit like this.
Oh, I do too.
My favorite is park.
I completely agree. It's beautiful. Hang on. I gotta know, what part of Missouri?
Right in the middle, Columbia.
We're Blue Springs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Columbia, Missouri.
Interesting.
I'll tell you that, seeing that right there has made it, like today, dude, this is amazing. So, it's storming pretty good. We just got some hail, we're getting high winds, and I'll show you out this side. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling for right now. Well, with this drizzle coming down and that wind, it's like real chilly. Hello, we are sitting here waiting until 6 p.m. so we can go down Bear Lake Road because it's timed entry until 6. Here is the entrance, and we've got about 4 minutes left, so we'll see. John's sitting back there, other people behind him, and Just waiting. And there we are. Right now it's raining. We've got like another hour of rain. And we got Starlink up. It's quiet. We saw 3 deer on the hill behind us. Not far behind us. Like 50 yards away. And yeah, it's gonna be a good night. Charlie is having a blast running around in the rain. As you know, he loves water. We've had non-stop like light rain. It hadn't been bad. But we have beautiful skies coming. We should have a really beautiful evening and beautiful sunset. Yeah, Charlie's a frigging mess, but he'll dry out. Athena's chilling in the chair, and John's hanging. But we have a very pretty spot, and it's gonna be good to see the sun. All right, we got cooking going. Sauteing mushrooms, cooking ramen. We're gonna cook shrimp. We're gonna add it together, Thai stuff, and we will see. The dogs are running crazy right now. And now is dinner, relaxation. Bye. So John just schooled me on how to make up a meal. Let me show you. So yes, I actually cook this. Shrimp, ramen noodles, some Thai sauce, spices, and it's gonna be yummy.
Huh.
What are you thinking is up?
Well, I can't read it entirely, but my kick-ass battery is showing 0%, but my Blue Yeti is 100%, so I'm good for the night. But it's just a little inconsistent. I'm not sure, so we'll figure it out.
All right. That evening at camp, John and I spent time talking, really talking. We reflected on the day, what we could have done better, what we did right, and how proud we were for pushing through the panic and confusion that PTSD often so brings. We stayed calm, leaned on each other, and found our way out, not just from the trees, but from the mental fog that tries to hold us back. That's growth. And even with everything we went through, the short time we spent in the Rocky Mountain National Park earlier reminded us of why we keep doing this. The way the mountains reach towards the sky, the quiet moments, the raw beauty, it all reminded us that there is still wonder to be found even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. Thank you for joining me on my healing journey. I'll see you on the next episode.